And it's good evening from me today from Dubai. I'd like to get straight into it. And that's just to give you a summary of COP28, which I attended. And first impressions, it was in the Expo City, which is where we have the World Expo, which is just a fantastic site anyway. I mean, this COP was vast. Everybody you see on the television around the world, from whether it's the IEA or United Nations or UK government, American government, you name it. They're just all there, kind of in one place for the negotiations. And it was a heavy session, a couple of weeks, but it was a spectacle to watch. It was great to be part of it. I have to say, it was a bit of a well, it was a jolly for me, but obviously they're there to uh, get involved in serious discussions. Um, so, what are the key outcomes from COP28? Just under three basic headings. First one is the oil and gas companies have agreed that by 2030, eliminate all methane leaks and emissions. I think that's very, very important because they're a massive contributor to um, the impact on GHGs, etc. And also an elimination of gas flaring. So these are some sort of commitments that were made. Level two, a trebling of renewable capacity by 2030, all the way up to 11,000 gigawatts. That is ginormous, given where we are and where we want to go. That is ginormous. Now, just to pause there for a second, just go away and think about all the materials, all the work, all the effort that's going to be necessary for that. All the grid infrastructure, steel, aluminium, copper, graphite, you name it, and other rare earths, you name it, they're going to be needed. Third, energy efficiency. So currently, there was a commitment to improve that by 2% per year globally. That has been increased to 4% per year. Now, what's so relevant about that? I mean, energy efficiency, you're looking to reduce consumption, so thereby you'd assume slowing down investments in capacity and other things. However, one of the biggest contributors in the models to energy efficiency are electric vehicles, because the conversion from, let's say, the fuel, the electricity versus the petroleum in a ICE is approximately a ratio of 1 to 4. So a massive way to accelerate energy efficiency and meet those commitments to improve them by 4% per year globally is to accelerate transition to electric vehicles. And what does that mean? More electric vehicles, more batteries, more lithium, more graphite, more, etc., etc. You get the picture, cobalt, manganese, or whatever. So the end result coming out of there, again, is if we're going to accelerate, this is just up to 2030, but if we're going to accelerate 2030 and beyond, then all of these critical minerals and materials are going to be in very high demand. And if we're going to get there by 2030, it needs to happen now. So we need more gigafactories. We need more mines. So I think all of this should contribute to a boon for especially the critical minerals sector. Okay, now I'll finish with some of the small companies that I've been investing in my portfolio, and many of you perhaps are feeling a similar level of pain, at times frustration, as I am. And it's kind of, sort of kick a guy or, kick somebody when they're down, where even when a company gives fantastic news and news beyond expectations, there's a sell-off in the market. Why is that? Um, I can only postulate, only guess. My only guess is at the moment that in the era of cheap money, many investors, both retail and other sophisticated investors, got hold of hot money, invested in various companies, and tried to play typical game of sell into good news. But the issue is if everybody is doing that and needs to deleverage, that is going to drive share prices down. So that's my only guess. It's got to stop at some point. We've now had an indication from Jerome Powell about the direction in interest rates as well, or the expectation. Let's see what happens. But that does, in general, bode well for a recovery, in my view, in small cap, critical mineral, critical resource company valuations. Should do. Uh, you know, they've already been kicked in the teeth. They're being sold on good news. There's got to be an aspect of deleveraging um, and stabilization. So let's see what the new year brings. However, the key point to focus on again with these companies, are they meeting their milestones? Are they managing their cash smartly? Do they have a clear timeline? Do you still trust the management? Um, and is the shareholding of the company still a relatively high quality shareholding between management, between some institutions, large investors, and also retail participation, of course. That's it. Thanks for watching. Very quick views on COP, quick views on the implications of that, and quick views and just sharing some frustrations and potential reasoning of why the small caps are where they are. Let's look forward to 2024. Cheers.